Aloha gang, Dr. Russ Rosen here. Welcome to the OHC System Community Masterclass. We're here 3 Tuesdays a month at 1:30 California time. Right there on the dot, 1:30 California time. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look on over and I'm going to comment. Let me know if you are here and feel free to ask questions. Now we know that there is a delay and sometimes it just doesn't show up. So I'm going to be looking in a different place to see whether or not. Okay, and I'll put that right over there. I'll put this over here. Okay. So, do I see me? Well, let's see if I see me. There I am. I see me. Wearing the same shirt and everything. All right, so today we're going to be diving into the concept of a dream team. We all know we want to help as many people as possible. We want to get the best results we can. We want to make as much money as we can. But we want to have a lot of fun and we want to have ease. And many of us have found that the more people we serve, the less fun we have, the more stress there is. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can fix that. So the truth of the matter is that at some point in the game, if you want to serve more people, you need more staff. Does that mean you have to have staff? No, I coach a lot of doctors who have no staff. They don't want staff. That's fine. But at some point, you've done all you can do. Whereas if you add staff, you can serve more people. Again, I don't care what you do. I help doctors in both regards. But I recognize when I ask people when they call me up, to coach with me, I always, ask what's going on, how can I help? One of the top 3 things always is staffing issues. So many of us have had horror stories as far as staff goes. I have. And it's something I want to look into right now because we can dramatically increase the odds of this working out really, really well. So today we're going to be looking at what a dream team is. And then over the next couple of weeks, we'll be going over how to bonus and bonuses that actually work, how to train your team, regular training, not just once and thinking they have it forever, how to do performance appraisals. Are they important? Yes. And why and how, and then how to run meetings, etc. So I want to just touch on the why behind the how. My experience is having a dream team versus having horrible staff, it can make or break your entire organization. It can literally ruin your practice, and I see it all the time, right? Oh, I see people shaking their head. Yeah, it can just ruin your life. So there are many different reasons. Obviously, productivity and efficiency, right? If you've got a great dream team, they'll all work together so that you can be more efficient. If you've got horrible staff, it's actually the opposite, right? You're less efficient. It's causing more problems. It's wasting time. It's causing all kinds of problems and creating bottlenecks, which we don't want to do. The workplace culture. In a dream team, and I want you to hear this, a strong, positive team fosters mutual respect, inclusivity, and shared goals. It boosts morale, reduces turnover, and it attracts top talent. So you got to get top talent. You got to get good people. We got to get them trained up right. And we recognize that turnover, it can really cause all kinds of problems that we don't want. Horrible staff are worse than not having any staff at all. It's toxic, it's disjointed, it creates conflict and stress and dissatisfaction, and it can spread through your entire organization. I call it staff infection. So Again, the things behind it are, innovation, creativity, patient relationships. Boy, it can go a long way when you've got great staff, and a horrible way when you've got terrible staff. It can be a leadership and resource drain. There's all kinds of financial implications. Great staff, we can make a whole lot more money, serve more people. Terrible staff, it can crash our practice and ruin our life. So, several compelling reasons for hiring the right people. Now, in the club, we're going to be going into exactly how to hire the right people. It's a critical piece of the puzzle. Thursday, we'll be doing that. If you want to jump into that, you're welcome. Just go ahead and put club below, and I'll give you the information to jump into the club where we go into that. And I'll be giving a 19-page document of every aspect of how to increase the odds of hiring the right people. But we want to maximize our productivity with great staff. We want to reduce our turnover costs, right? Again, it can cost us 3 times the annual salary of a staff member when we have turnover. It can just ruin things. Improve team dynamics, better customer or patient satisfaction. It affects our business reputation. We can hit our goals faster. The cost efficiency of having the right staff versus the wrong staff, it just goes on and on and on. Okay, so the intent of this right now is to expose you to some concepts and principles behind building a dream team instead of just having staff filling a position. So it's a group of people, and I want you to hear this, it's a group of people who work together as a team, who support each other to do their very best. It's a group of people who are well trained, highly motivated, and passionate about growing the practice. Last week we talked about getting the team on board philosophically, right? We get the team on board philosophically. They want to grow the practice, and we can set and achieve our goals. Okay? So that's what we're looking for, is that type of team member. Now, in most offices, we have the old relationship. Kind of, if you think about, say, what they do at Google versus what they did 50 years ago in an average business, they're really, really different. And unfortunately, the Gen Z and the X and all those kinds of folks nowadays, they're just not going to put up with this old relationship where we've got the boss, which is the angry parent role. They're yelling, they're screaming, the staff are afraid of them. They feel that they're responsible to push people into action. The employees then play the role of the victim child. It always works that way, right? Anytime in the drama triangle, anytime you've got the aggressor, you've got the victim or the rescuer. It's how it works. So we don't want to play this relationship here. We want to have a very different relationship than this us versus them environment. What we want is a dream team model where our leaders must give direction, and they give direction, they follow up, they monitor progress, and they help course correct. That's their job. The followers need to take direction. They need to do their best and have a safe way to interact and ask for help or information without feeling like they're going to get hammered. So we've got leaders and followers. And that's what needs to happen with the leaders and followers. But here's the deal. Every position is a leader and every position is a follower. That's the difference. So the difference between regular offices and ones that are actually working as teams that really, really work well is regular offices have leaders and followers. And the problem is followers aren't empowered to think for themselves. They're simply doing what they are told to do. They're not empowered to make decisions. So there's the Superman syndrome, usually the doctor right over here, and nothing can get done unless it goes through the doctor, right? Because these people can't make decisions. They can't do anything. And then, they see a frayed cord or a paper on the floor. They don't pick it up and they don't do something about the frayed cord because it's not my job. They're not empowered to think. And that doesn't work. Okay? So In a team environment, we're all leaders, we're all followers. Each person is responsible to follow the leaders of the other positions. Each person is responsible to be a leader to all of the other people in the other positions. Everybody's a leader, everybody's a follower, everybody is held capable, responsible, and accountable to do the very best that they can for themselves as well as the team. Now, in the book, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, he talks about each role, each person wears three hats. The CEO or visionary, the manager who manages everybody else in relationship to them, and the technician. So a CA's technician role is answering the phone, taking money, writing receipts. Back CA role would be helping out with therapies and doing pre-consults and reported findings and that kind of thing, right? Doctor, obviously, doctor role, consults, exam, reported findings, adjusting people, etc., doing whatever the doctor does. But each of those positions is the CEO with a vision. Each one is managing. So here's an example. If the front desk person is to do their job well, they have to manage the doctor to stay on time. Got that? If the doctor is not staying on time, the front desk staff member, CA, can't do their job. So they have to manage the doctor and keep the doctor on time, right? Or change the schedule, right? There's a whole lot to this, but you can start to see. Also, remember, we talked about this last time, our present system won't support our future growth. If everybody on the team is doing everything right, I guarantee you 100% the practice will grow. That's just nature. It's how it works. If everybody's doing everything right, patients are happy, getting results, etc., the practice is going to grow. But remember, you might be able to see 10 people a day, but you can't see 100 people a day with your present system. You might be able to see 100 people a day, but you can't see 10,000 people a day in your present system, right? So your present system won't support your future growth. So each position is managing everything, but they're also looking as a visionary of how do we grow, how do we evolve, and how do we improve, which is very different than me, the doctor, having to do that for everyone. I can't. I'm not in that position. If I've got a true team member, they're watching very, very closely, right? They're managing everything around them. They're looking at how to grow and evolve, and of course, they're doing a great job in their own role. Okay, so just some thoughts on that. Let me see if I need to talk about that. I don't need to talk about that. Okay, so there are 6 important steps to building a dream team. In our learning center, we have all 6 of these. We're going to be touching on pieces of each of these. How to hire staff, step 1. Again, if you want to know how to hire, jump into the club. Just put club below. I'll give you a free month. You can jump into the club, and I'll give you that 19-page document. We need to make sure we have the right behavioral styles in the right positions, right? So if you want a friendly person up front, don't put an analytical up front, right? If you want someone who's very analytical doing your books, don't put a super high I like me. I'm the wrong guy to be doing your books. How do we run a bonus system that actually inspires them and doesn't disincentivize them? What about performance appraisals? Most of us don't use those. Most of us have no idea how to use those. But the truth of the matter is if we want the bonus system to work, we've got to have performance appraisals. We've got to be able to show that their performance is improving, which is why they're getting bonuses, right? All of this comes together. We have to have a system to train our team. And so many of us never took the time to train them right in the first place, or if we did, we think that because we trained them once, they have it forever. But they don't. No one does, right? It's why, if you played music or a sport in high school, you practiced. And if you played it in college, you practiced more. And if you went pro, you practiced more. Well, you're a professional doctor. They're a professional team. We need to practice regularly. We need regular basic training sessions where we're keeping everything working right. I promise you this, whether it's answering the phone, doing a consultation, doing an exam, it doesn't matter. If it's been over 90 days since you've trained on it, it's dusty. It's not as good as it could or should be for us to sustain future growth. And then the last piece, of course, would be how to run meetings. So all kinds of different meetings, mini meetings, etc. So I hope that you found value. Please, if you know other people that you think would find value, let them know. This is free. Just come on here. There's all kinds of great stuff. If you haven't looked in the guides section, we've got recordings of this entire 6-month process twice now. Well, 1.5 times now. So you can go back, you can go forward, right? You can have, you can download these things in the club and these things. And again, all you got to do is put club below, and I'll give you free access. If you have any questions, let me know. Howdy, y'all. Dr. Scott, thank you. Dr. Schmidt, thank you. That's all we got there right now. So if there's any questions, let me know. Obviously, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment below if you have any questions. Comment, say hi, so I know you actually watched it. And I'll be happy to answer any and all questions. So I hope that helps. Again, if you'd like more on the hiring process, just put club and I'll go ahead and get you in there. As always, much love, and we'll be here next Tuesday, same bat time. Only I'll be in Maui, thank God. Same time, 1:30 California time. Much love and aloha. Bye again.